Welcome to our next lesson. In this lesson, we'll be discussing about statistical calculations. These include mean, median, mode, and range. So you can find this topic in your Maths Book 2, page 110. Then, by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to calculate statistics for sets of discrete and continuous data. Remember, in Form 1, we discussed how to find the mean, median, mode, and range. So now, let us just go through them. To find the mean, we need to divide the sum of all values by the number of values. That means we will be given a set of data. So for us to find the mean, we'll add all the values to find the sum and then divide the number of values. So we find the number of values by just counting the values to see how many values are there. So for us to find the mean, we are going to divide the sum of all values by the number of values. Now, median is the middle value. Median is the middle value. So for us to find the median, we need to arrange the given set of data either in ascending or descending order, and then we are going to identify the middle value. So sometimes we will just find a single value, and we can also get two values. So these are two different things. If we find one value, or if we identify one middle value, we are going to say the median is that particular single value. But when we find two middle values, what we should do is to add these two values and then divide by 2. So we are going to see how we do this. Now, how do we find the mode? The mode is the value which occurs most often. So for us to find the mode, we are going to check the number or the value which occurs most often. So in this bracket, we are saying with the grouped data, the model group has the largest frequency. So when the data has been represented or presented in a frequency table, what we should do is just to check the largest frequency to identify the model group. So with the grouped data, the model group has the largest frequency. Now, how do we find the range? We find the range by subtracting the smallest value from the largest value. So we just check the biggest value or the largest value in the given set of data, and then we also identify the smallest value. For us to find the range, we just subtract the smallest value from the largest value. The answer that we are going to get is the range of that particular given set of data. And so take note that the range gives a measure for how spread out the data is. So we can understand this better through examples. So here we have example. Example says the data below represents the masses in grams of 10 biscuits in a packet. Calculate the mean, median, and model mass of the biscuits in the packet. So this is the set of data. We have been given the values. So these are masses in grams. We have 24 grams, 23 grams, 21 grams, 24 grams, 24 grams, 22 grams, 26 grams, 24 grams, 21 grams, and 22 grams. All these are masses in grams. So for us to calculate the mean, we are going to say the sum of all the values divided by the number of values. So the second step is to add all the given values. So it doesn't matter whether the value repeats or not. So we just write the numbers the way they are. So let us add. We are adding 24, 8, 23, then 21, all those numbers. We just add all the numbers to find the sum. So if we add all these numbers, we are going to get 231. Then divide by the number of values. We just count how many numbers do we have here. So if we can count, we are going to find that there are 10 values. So we are going to divide the sum by 10. So 231 divided by 10, the answer is 23.1 grams. Remember, the masses are in grams. That is the mean of this particular set of data. Now let's go to the median. How do we find the median? Remember, we find the median by arranging the values in order. So we can arrange the values in either ascending or descending order. In this case, we have arranged these values in ascending order. That means starting from the lowest to the largest number or largest value. So let us identify the middle number. As I said, sometimes we can find two middle values. So what we should do is to add and then divide by 2 to find the single value. So if we can check, we have two middle values. So we are going to divide by 2. So the answer is 23.5 grams. That is the median of this particular data. Now, let us find the modal mass. For us to find the mode, or the mode is the value which occurs most often. So here, let's check which number occurs most often. So we have 24. Okay, so 24 is the modal mass. Range, we just identified the largest value and smallest value. So for us to find the range, we are going to subtract the smallest value from the largest value. So our largest value in this set of data is 26 and the smallest value is 21. That means we are going to subtract 21 from 26 and the answer is 5. So 5 is the range of this particular data. So that's how we calculate the mean, median, modal mass, and range. So that is the end